Right. So, So we're starting off the video with this straw conversation because more interest in the panel discussion. Bye.
I think everybody should carry around those straws. Like the Nesquik milk straws that turn milk into milkshake. But everybody is forced to drink other drinks with it. So you're drinking some Coke and it gets turned into Nesquik.
I know, chocolatey Coke sounds like it might be quite nice.
That sounds I'm not lying. That sounds literal cancer.
You have to have the strawberry one. There's no other option.
Oh yeah,
it's just
strawberry Coke sounds even nicer.
Shay, I knew we were friends for a reason.
It's because we both hate strawberry Nesquik.
Because we hate chocolate Nesquik.
Oh, okay. No, I hate strawberry Nesquik.
Oh, well, get the fuck out.
Oh, fight!
Get the fuck out of town. If you're drinking anything other than strawberry milkshake, you, my friend, are a fucking paedophile.
Oh. Matt, if I see you ever drinking some strawberry Nesquik, I'll immediately stop trying to hit on the child I'm talking to, and I'll go over there and I'll just rip your throat out, man.
I mean, we can at least agree that vanilla/banana milkshake is ass, right?
Ugh, the fucking nerd. Dylan, it's time to end the podcast. This can't keep going.
No. Whoa. You like banana milkshake?
No, I don't like banana, but I will not have someone shit talk vanilla right to my face.
I can agree on vanilla. Vanilla's alright. Most of my hatred is stemming from the banana milkshake.
Banana does suck.
Bananas are good.
Absolutely.
Hello, I'm Kate Bush. Welcome back to the panel discussion.
A Lord Slug panel discussion.
I've got Kate Bush, Thomas the Tank Engine.
Hello.
And, it's just, apparently Shay's the SK, so lynch him. He's a serial killer.
Alright, I'm keeping that as the intro. So, this is the start of panel discussion. Well, here today we're talking about the most exciting episode of Doctor Who, Praxeus, which had so many twists and turns, and I felt so emotional during it. I burst out crying, not gonna lie. It really impacted me that much.
Best episode of Doctor Who.
And today we have on Shay, that lovely man.
Hello.
Matt, that lovely prick.
That was so low energy, Shay. I love it. Hello, everybody.
And Jerry, that Scottish man, whatever.
Hola.
I mean, I made as much effort. I made as much effort as this episode had. So first, Let's talk about the Bleeding Doctor. Who thought about Bleeding Jodie Whittaker in the Bleeding episode? Do you want to start, Shay?
She was in it.
Look, she was in it. She was fine. Well, yeah. Dude, I don't know. Fucking, she was so quirky. I've already run out of things to say. She was fine.
Yeah, but she was fine as an improvement on last series where she was just fucking annoying. She's definitely been improved for this series, it has to be said.
Oh, but she's so preachy here.
We'll get onto that stuff later on when we talk about the plot. I mean, don't worry, we'll get there very fast, I think. But
yes.
I still want to try and give it some kind of structure.
Considering my comments lasted a total 5 seconds, I reckon things are going to be zooming fairly
How did you think about this? Yeah, it was fine. What did you think about this? Oh, it was fine.
Yeah,
I tell you what, I did laugh at one of Jodie's jokes, which is quite rare.
Wow.
Which one?
It was the one where, the dead bird one, about I'm glad you don't smell of dead bird, or whatever he said. Whatever she said. I forgot what the joke was, but I did laugh at that.
I thought, that's why you smell of dead bird. I thought you should change your shower gel. I remember laughing at that one as well. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that's like the second joke I've laughed at in the whole of the Chibnall era, so you've got to take what you can get, really.
Well, I thought it was pretty racist. I mean, it's true. It's really racist.
A bird kind don't deserve that.
It's true. They're so above those people. Birds go at the front of the bus.
Jesus Christ.
Matt, you haven't said much about Jodie Whittaker. Have you got anything to say about? Do you have any morsels I can milk out of you?
She was okay. I mean, she's just continuing her reign of Tenant Part 2.
I really hope that in response to everything for this episode, we're just
yeah, well, can everybody fill the comment section with just, it was fine. Just as many comments as you can.
I mean, I'm pretty confident every single one of our reactions is, this was eh.
one. Right, let's talk about the companions then and how they were. Do you want to first, Matt?
Yeah, they were fine. Yeah. No, I did like the dynamic at the start when they were all split up.
Yeah.
That was more interesting, and Yaz gets something to do a little bit more in this episode, which is nice, I guess.
They're still not giving her a character though; they're just giving her things to do.
Yeah, but Graham and Ryan are good characters, so I don't really care. Like, she could disappear and it'd still be okay.
Although that's one thing I will say, Graham and Brian have been a little underperforming this season in terms of how fun they've been as characters, but in this episode they were actually quite good. I think it's being split up, which meant that they weren't just kind of gormlessly standing around for once and actually had something to do.
Yeah.
I definitely did like the start of the episode a lot more.
Yeah, it started off with great intrigue and mystery, and it was like, ooh, this could be interesting. And then it kind of gets to the second half of the episode, and I just ended up just completely ignoring it, because it's just, there was nothing engaging about this story, really. I mean, it's trying to do this pandemic thing, which I think could make for a really good Doctor episode. I mean, we all remember that bit of the Silurians, where it's, the plague, and it's really, really brilliant stuff. Yeah. But the problem is here, the plague barely spreads at all. And I don't know, it just, it doesn't really feel like a global pandemic. It doesn't have the kind of threat and presence that you'd want from something like this.
Yeah, there's no urgency.
Yeah, well, I mean, you may as well just move along the plot since I've basically done that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say on it, Jerry?
Thomas thought it was most average.
See, we did get Ringo Starr on the panel discussion.
I mean, it's just like the most basic quarantine horror film meets The Birds and Birdemic.
Yeah, that's.
I tweeted that during the episode. This reminded me of Birdemic. It really is Birdemic, because it has birds falling out of the sky, it has infected birds, and then it also has an environmental message. And literally, there's a point in the episode where
aliens.
So you know that bit in Birdemic where they're talking to that man on the bridge and he's talking about global warming and plastic in the ocean? I mean, there's literally a moment where it feels like that with Jodie.
Planet Earth. Separate but connected.
You've got something to say on that, don't you, Jerry? You've actually got something.
Oh.
Something about the plot.
You talk about preachiness or whatever. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say.
It was really bad. It was bad on Orphan 55, right? But I could take it with Orphan 55, because I was like, it's fine. The message is fine. Yeah, people need to wisen up and clean up their act and all that bullshit. That's fine. That's our message for this series, right? And then, they go and do it again here. It's like, you humans, you pollute this planet. It's the perfect target for this virus. That's...
Yes, maybe just do it once, rather in a series,
it did feel
rather than just
making the exact same message as Orphan 55.
Yeah, it was just 3 episodes later. I think it was the problem. Maybe if this was next series, you wouldn't have minded as much. But
it was way too
I
soon.
feel like it's as someone whose country currently is on fire entirely, I feel like a message about climate change isn't something I'm against.
It's like
in fact, I think the time for subtlety was perhaps 20 years ago. So if Jodie Whittaker wants to say, you humans are skull fucking the planet to death, go ahead, I'm fine.
You're
with
just
any
sat in your armchair
messages.
On your
I'm
Australian
having
farm.
to wear face masks outside, so I don't get
Shay
lung
and his
cancer.
liberal agenda, spreading his liberal lies to the World Star.
My liberal agenda of not wanting to die at the age of 25.
That's just because you're too poor for healthcare, and it's like
Healthcare's
healthcare's like a new settee,
We get free healthcare, man.
All right, we're leading there. Let's talk about the NHS and Labour and politics.
No.
First thing.
I kind of go with what Shane was saying. I agree that climate change message is definitely an important, something that can be quite good in shows, but I feel that maybe you don't need to have it multiple times per series, and especially so close to another one, because it's like, do something different. I get it's an important message to do, but Doctor Who isn't the climate change show. Having, a message about it, a clever story about it once in a while, that's great. But having 2 stories in the same season, only 3 episodes apart about it, and basically having the exact same kind of moral in it, I know it felt like, a bit run-of-the-mill, a bit paint by numbers, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think that's where we're coming at it from. Would you agree with that, Shay?
I mean, I'll level with you guys. I didn't watch Orphan 55 because it looked shit. So
Yeah, I mean, you're not missing out.
It's not great.
Okay, well that's probably why you didn't really get where we were coming
that's
from.
probably why
so...
I wasn't as bothered by it.
Basically, Jodie has exactly the
that's
same
climate
speech,
change.
but about global warming in general, rather than just plastic.
I mean, even still, don't really mind.
I mean, I didn't mind it. I just felt that it's like, do something
I
different,
get
otherwise
you,
I'm just going to be fundamentally bored watching your story.
I mean,
Well,
If
like,
it
when
was
I-
a
it was
good,
like-
interesting story, I wouldn't have cared, but it's the fact that they're not doing anything new here.
It was literally like,
Yeah.
oh, you just made this point like a couple of episodes ago. Like,
yeah.
we get it. Like, Shay's like sat on his like Australian ranch, like watching
Australian ranch.
Didn't realise he
watching
was a
Doctor Who
farmer.
on his porch, and he's looking up, and the sky's like ashen and covered in fire, and he's like, "Hun, I know."
Oh, it did. When it finally rained here after like a month or so of no rain, there was the rain was all like black from all the ash.
Oh, Christ!
It's not
Great
It's
famine is
fun.
over. The great famine. It's all over the land. And
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
I think
Well, the right
Yeah.
famine is over.
Yeah, when the rain starts coming down finally in Australia, and somebody goes out and dances in it, some crazy nuts dancing a jig.
I think this would have been a much better Ninth Doctor story because he could have reached in his pocket, got some antsy plastic, and put it in the ocean. And
Yeah, I mean, so
What's this
literally nothing can break
anti-plastic?
down plastic apart from the Ninth Doctor. He has that power.
Antsy plastic.
The Autons do get a nod, don't they? Like,
Yeah.
in like passing.
It would have been like a lot cleverer to kind of done an episode about Autons and the plastic. That would have actually made it a lot more interesting, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, they've kind of had like the Autons be able to sort of control humans. Like that would have actually made it a lot more interesting, I feel.
That would have been a cool Auton story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just do something a bit different with it.
And by that we mean use something that's already been created,
Yeah, exactly. But
make it new.
well, it's just at least that would have been an interesting concept, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, it would.
What did we make of the fucking side characters, guys?
Oh yeah, because as we know, this is Jerry's panel discussion. And
Yes.
he gets to choose to move on to the side
Yes.
characters.
I'm commandeering the Lord Slug. This is now
It
the
should
Lord
be.
Slug panel discussion with me, your host, Lord Slug.
All right.
I have
All right, whatever. Let's move on to side characters anyways. I think we've kind of milked every morsel of the plot.
I'm struggling to think of it.
So there's that Chinese
Fucking
girl,
anti-plastic.
there's that vlogger girl, there's that the Madagascan guy.
Oh yeah, he fucking dies and he never makes it.
Because he falls over and gets eaten by birds, and nobody even comments on it.
Yeah, it never appears again. And the best part is, the birds, like, they were out there the whole time, yet it was, they weren't there when Graham needed to have a heart-to-heart with that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
I
disappear
fucking
for
skimmed
that.
over that, No, they just went to the other side of the house. The birds aren't smart enough to get.
Well, the birds must have absolutely like eaten every single morsel of him, because when they run to the TARDIS, like 5 minutes later, his body's gone.
Well, no, they're the birdemic birds, so they can, like, dive bomb people.
Aye.
Yeah, and they explode with acid.
Yeah, the acid melts his body down.
Fuck.
Yeah, but all the side characters were pretty one note to me. I didn't like the twist with her actually being an alien intruder, because I didn't really care about the character anyway. I just didn't care about the twist.
There's
Yeah,
been worse side characters.
No, I mean there's been worse, but it's just
There's been
they were
worse,
pretty
but has
bland.
Like they were all well acted, but they're like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to remember them by next week.
Has there been less remembered side characters? At least we can get ones you can remember how shit they are. I mean, Hitler was a side character, and Let's Kill Hitler, and I still remember him.
I liked the girl who had like the travel vlog or whatever, and I saw like a bunch of
found her
people on Twitter
annoying.
like oh, she doesn't react to the death of her friend, but I thought it was really funny to imagine that they've been doing a travel vlog for 5 years and she doesn't actually care about her. She just uses her to get views, and then she's gone, so she just doesn't give a shit. She's like, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, I saw loads of people saying that it's just because all of these vloggers that don't actually, like influencers, they don't really care about other people.
Yeah, and they're just like sociopaths, like you, Dylan.
Look, if anybody ever tries to describe me as an influencer, I'm gonna absolutely deck them. I hate that word.
Dylan, you influence how many times I have to throw up in the morning, alright? That's the only thing you're influencing.
God, what
Lord
have I
Star
done to make you throw up?
2020, I'm going to deck them.
Yeah, well, I'm not an influencer.
It's like features.
Yeah, you
like,
are.
Are you going to hit me, Mark, with your own fist? Is that what's happening? You are pushing me down to the ground. He's gonna hit me.
All right, let's go on to final thoughts.
I want to get dick.
I
get
can
decked
tell
by
you.
Dylan.
I can
As soon
tell
as
you
I
of something I've
meet
got like a little bit of an opinion about.
Oh, gone.
So how come like the CGI was like also like really shit and quite good? Like the birds looked like trash, but like the infection, like when it spread over them, looked really like quite decent.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, no, they literally just took pictures of people with coronavirus, man. It's just, that's real life snuff footage right there.
I can say,
thing-
I mean, the horror nerd in me did like the horror influences.
Oh yeah, no, I think it definitely had potential to be a decent story, but it just A, didn't have enough time, and B, didn't actually really have. Just didn't feel like it'd been thought out too much.
When I first saw the infection and like when it like spreads and they blow up, I just was like, oh fuck, it's a bunch of teeth. Tim Shaw is back. That's the twist of the episode. I was so scared.
Look,
I was
if they ever
no.
bring Tim Shaw back again, I'm done with the Chibnall.
Caught me
Like,
shit again.
Chimtor.
Also, oh man, if I have to go on Twitter one more time and see someone complain about the lack of sea devils, I swear to God, who gives a shit
who
about
cares?
those?
Sea Devil's just shit tier Silurians, man.
That's
Although it was very lazy character design, I really liked the look of the people in gas masks, and their guns look really cool.
Yeah, that's true. When I saw them was when I was actually interested in the story. I was like, ooh, interesting, like evil-looking
The
guards.
production around them looked really good.
Yeah.
It's like there was definitely potential for a good kind of horror pandemic episode here, but they only had like about half an idea.
I think End of the World was a much better bird episode because it had Mr. and Mrs. Pacu.
All right, final thoughts now. Do you want to start, Shay?
I think that says it all.
Jerry.
Wait.
No, gotta leave us that shit.
Fine.
Go on.
I thought it was fine. Everything about it was fine. I wouldn't call anything about it particularly bad, nor would I call anything about it particularly memorable. I just kind of enjoy how, so far from what I've seen of this series, no one seems to give a fuck about structure, because like these stories just move at such an odd pace, and they're
true.
like, oh, we're in Peru, and now we're in Madagascar, and now we're in Hong Kong, and now we're in London.
It is bizarrely paced.
And
I think
just
that has
sit
been
there.
a problem with the Chibnall era, hasn't it? They
Well,
don't really know how to pace episodes.
Yeah.
For me, I don't see it as a problem because I'm just sitting there, like, just completely stunned at what's happening, and I'm just like, this is fucking insane. I love every second of this that is happening. It's so shit. Like, it's so goofy. It's so dumb in only the way that Doctor Who could ever be. Anyway, give this episode a 5 out of 10.
All right, would you like to go then, Jerry?
I mean, there was something that I said before that, I mean, I kind of want to repeat myself, maybe. Just a bit. Rubbish, said Thomas. It was most average. I don't want to. Thomas thought the episode was most average. He hadn't seen anything so mediocre in his life.
Would you like to go, Matt?
Yeah, I don't have much to add. Consistently average. By this time next series, I would have forgotten about it. Yeah.
You're pulling a special train, Thomas, so it's not Praxeus then, is it?
Right, now, I actually have a really, a bit of a speech, really interesting thing to go on, because I've just thought of something about this episode that I think is quite insightful.
Slap it with us, then.
It's fine.
Wow.
Oh, fuck, that's insightful.
That's your best hot take yet, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about that for weeks, man.
This episode, do you think it might be the most average episode of Doctor Who ever?
Possibly.
Oh.
It could be up in the ballpark.
I can't think of an episode I have less to say about than Praxeus, thinking about it.
It's up there, but it's not the most.
What would you say was the most, then?
Image of the Fendal, because when I
quite
think
like
of
that.
Yeah, I like that.
when I think of just like average stories, that's the first thing I think of.
Most of the Greek-inspired Tom Baker episodes, I think you could put into the average.
The one word I would use to describe Underworld, it is not average.
Yeah, that made it on the top 20 list the other day. It's,
Oh, what?
I would call
that's
it
awful.
perhaps shy. That's something that has the production quality of Birdemic.
It genuinely does, is the thing.
But yet it somehow manages to be much more charming than something like this, yo.
I mean, Horns of Nemon and shit like that.
See, I
Nymon's great. Horns of Nymon's
much rather
great.
watch that.
If you don't have fun watching the Horns of Nymon, what's wrong with you, man?
It's average, man.
It's so much fun. It's so funny, though.
I mean, do you remember that one podcast we did where you showed us the nipple of the dude? We had to guess which character it was.
No, I don't remember this.
I think
Whose nipple was I showing?
The
Tom Baker's.
No,
Tom
it was,
Baker's never have his tits out.
Tom Baker's perky nips.
I can't actually think of many nipples in Doctor Who.
I mean, I could be getting confused.
Dylan, just you wait till I become showrunner, man. That's
No,
all I'm
you
saying.
did. You showed us a nipple of one of the Nymans.
Oh, maybe. I mean, do they have their nipples out?
Well, I assume so. They're big old hairy black nips.
Makes me kind of horny. Horny
Grow
nines.
up, Jerry, for fuck's sake.
Man, that's subtlety for you. That's a brilliant subtle joke.
What, they're horns that are
Horny
literally
nines. It's the horny.
stick on cones.
So you know, Jerry, that wasn't a good joke, but it was. At least it wasn't average.
Oh,
At least it wasn't just
Dylan.
fine.
At least you had
Dylan,
more
that's
than two
gotta
words to
be
say about it.
perhaps the worst segue of all time.
It wasn't a segue. I'm just upset over how average this episode is. It's at least make me hate it, at the very least,
Yeah.
and at least I feel something. I just feel empty
Well, you feel
inside.
upset.
Wow. Fucking mood.
Ah.
Big old mood.
And that's actually a recurring theme of the Chibnall era. It just make me feel nothing.
Alexa, play the Smiths. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Did Alexa get a sex change just there?
Yes.
No, I actually don't own an Alexa. I just do that to try and be funny, but it's not funny.
No, Dylan, see to say that. I mean, are we getting a Christmas special this year? Do we
No.
know? No.
No.
I assume we'll be getting one of those
Yeah,
stupid
but the
New
Christmas
Year's
specials are
specials.
always shit anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
they're good memes.
Yeah, that's fucking atrocious. So you could have got. We've been wasted on this boring fucking episode. So
That's true.
we all should have assembled in the fucking shitty Christmas episode because that would have been guaranteed.
Well,
to be
they've
shit.
stopped doing them. They haven't done one since Twat.
Twat.
Yeah,
You
Twice
should- you
Upon a
should-
Time.
You should have a video with us on where we just rip apart every Christmas special.
That actually sounds like a good plan. Just do that. Yeah, let's do a Christmas special video. That sounds fun.
I couldn't rip apart Christmas Invasion. I love that shit, but the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I woke up today.
Right, I think we're just going to have to call it a day here because Fucking hell. Praxeus just... I've forgotten you already. Just go.
I
Be
give it.
gone.
What
I
are you
give it.
talking about again?
I mean, I've wasted these three fine gentlemen on this episode. I can't believe the bad luck of choosing this episode to get them on.
I give it 13 gay kisses out of 49,576.
I'd give it.
Is a BBC liberal agenda.
I'd give
Jeremy.
it 30.